get into it. It's nice to see that your headphones are nice and small, unlike Rob Simpson's were.
Yes.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this Move, Sweat, and Suffer podcast. It is your co-founders, Luke Hazard, from Strong and Conditioned, and myself, Joe Hortai. We're super pleased to be here again today, this weekend, with another incredible guest, Mr. Chris Crable. Welcome, brother. Great to have you here.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Thank you, guys.
Excellent. And it is 12 o'clock where you are right now?
That's correct.
At 12 o'clock. And so can you just tell us whereabouts are you, mate, and what do you do for work?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm here in Sacramento, California. And so for work, I'm a anesthesia technician. Sorry, I'm getting a little echo in my earbud here. But anesthesia technician, and I work at two different hospitals. I work at one of our big kind of community hospitals, university hospital, and I do that per diem. And then I am a anesthesia tech full-time at another hospital close by.
Wow. And so you put people to sleep as well as a whole bunch of other things, keep everything running smooth, I guess.
Yes, I help, I assist in that.
Yeah.
Well, you've got something in common with Joe. You both put people to sleep.
Oh man,
that
was good.
No. So with your line of work, Chris, how come do people look at you weird when you're doing all your burpees? We're going to jump straight in. You're in your scrubs and you do them in your lunch breaks. Obviously, you do them at home as well. Where did that start? And maybe let's just start with that first, rather than
sure.
When did that start?
Absolutely. So it started a few years ago. I would just jump rope outside, and I decided that if I was going to be doing it, that I would go ahead and do it where everybody could see, so I can inspire others.
Yeah. Right.
So, and it really has for a lot of people. Some folks look at me kind of sideways, but for the most part, people really enjoy it, and they're always commenting on it, and they just see me getting after it, and they just want a piece of it, I suppose.
Nice. People look at Lee sideways as well.
Yeah.
Chris, do you have to change your scrubs after a burpee session?
I sure do. Yeah. So good thing we have plenty.
Yeah, because there would be nothing worse than knowing that you're going for a life-saving operation and knowing that there's some sweaty anesthesist who's dripping in sweat.
Yes, very true.
Like that, just especially with the American health system, we're paying top dollar for that service.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Oh,
that's why they're paying for it. They have the privilege. Hey, you said you got, do you have some of your colleagues sometimes join in on some of your sessions, did you say?
So I do, yeah. I have a few physicians and registered nurses and technicians and environmental services, ancillary staff that will come out and join me. And it's been really awesome.
I noticed you didn't mention any patients.
No patients. No, they.
Maybe they should.
They should. Yes, you're right. Absolutely, I agree.
It sounds like some fucked up version of like ER. Remember that TV show?
Right.
like watching it on like drugs or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Bring them in. Got to do burpees now.
So so you were jumping rope, but the actual burpees, the incorporation of burpees into your sessions at work, when did that start then? Did that start years ago as well?
So no, actually that started about September. Prior to that, it was
just last year.
This past year.
Wow.
Right. Is kind of when I got into the whole burpee scene.
Is that the Iron Wolf challenge?
Is
it a September challenge?
I'm sorry, not December, but September.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
September.
Yeah. And so it wasn't that I just came across Iron Wolf and I started kind of following some of his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And would it be fair to say that he was, like for many people, myself included, one of the first people that you came across on YouTube as far as
Yes, very
yeah.
true. Yeah, it was Iron Wolf, and I seen all that work and effort he was put in, and I just seen the results that he had, and I said, wow, I need to try that.
Yeah.
So how did you find Iron Wolf? Were you looking for burpees specifically, and
Mm.
obviously just a random?
Oh, it was mostly calisthenics. And so I've been doing calisthenics incorporated with my jump rope for quite some time. Um, Started calisthenics about 2018.
2018.
Mhm. Yeah, I started doing calisthenics, and it was my, I think the last year, um, where I was doing like assisted pull-ups for a long time. I didn't want to progress. I was like, this is nice and comfortable. Yeah. And so I think I was okay with the discomfort eventually.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So was calisthenics your first port of call? I mean, did you do any weight training before that, or any other fitness endeavor?
Um, yeah, so let's see, 2017 is when 2016 we had my son. And then about 6 months after, I really got myself kicked into gear because I was gaining weight. I was like 207 pounds and it wasn't muscle.
Mm,
And so I realized I needed to do something. And the trajectory I was on, I realized was very unhealthy. Not that I was doing unhealthy activities, but it was mostly, I realized that with my family history of heart disease, strokes on both sides, that I wanted to give myself the best opportunity possibly to live a healthy, long life for my family.
yeah, nice. That's a great driver. Sorry, Lee. Okay.
It's always interesting that children either like begin your fitness journey or they end it completely. There's never
Right.
any there's never any
Very
middle
true.
ground.
Yeah,
There-
that's
There's
right.
guys that have been training for years and have children and they can't train anymore. And then there's guys who don't train, have a kid and realise, shit, I need to train because I'm an absolute mess. And
That's
changing my
right.
baby's diaper has actually helped me to blow out my fucking arse.
Yes. Yeah, very true. Very true. Yeah, they really light a fire for us.
They
Yeah,
do. A- And
absolutely.
how many children have you got? So is it just the one, just your son
Two.
at this
Yeah,
stage? Two.
Too.
two. Yeah, my son, he's 5, and my daughter is 2.
Oh, awesome. Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
And what does
Mhm.
your sweetheart do? What does your wife do?
So she used to work with kids prior to us having my son, but now she's a stay-at-home mom since my son was born. So I love
Oh,
it that way, though.
that's
I mean,
awesome.
yeah.
Traditional, mate. I like it.
Yeah.
Lee
Yeah.
sends his wife out to work. Go and
Yeah.
work. No, he doesn't. Like she chooses to, right, Lee?
No, well, Joe sends his children out to work, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I should have kept quiet. I pulled the trigger
Yeah.
too quick on that one.
Funny. I
there's
always say
probably
that
one.
out
There's probably one sweeping the chimney out as we speak.
Yeah.
You know what? I would send the youngest to work if she was allowed to, but she's just a little bit too young.
No, too, yeah.
Maybe put her on a paper run instead. She can't go work at the factory where her sister is. Yeah. Not yet.
Oh, that's funny. That's too funny. Oh, I love it.
Now, and so, Chris,
Um,
with your burpee journey, explain. So you've come across Iron Wolf in September.
mhm,
You looked at it, and then you thought, I want a piece of that because you can see the results.
absolutely.
You've been used to doing assisted pull-ups, so you know it's going to hurt. Now that you
Yep.
start doing these things, I mean, you can still do them assisted if you wanted to. Then you get into it. Do you remember what your first session was of burpees where you did a high rep session? What that was and what it felt like?
I rep, let's see. It was, wait, um, sorry, let me think there.
No, that's all right.
Which session was it? I'm trying to think back now. That's a good question there, Joe.
Yes, good. Stumped him.
Yes,
Lee,
yes.
Lee, tell us yours.
Chris, everybody remembers the first burpee session.
Right.
Come on, mate, come on.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to. It's kind of blurring all together now because I believe it was back in.
Shot
So
caller,
I
wasn't
kind of. Yeah, I know. Jumped right into it. I was like,
I can do that.
I can do that. I know. I was pretty nervous about that. Oh, okay, so my first high rep session, I think, really started in December. Like I think the
Right, during the
highest I
challenge.
went, yeah, I think the highest I went prior to that was like maybe 500 push-ups or so, and
Yeah.
which was huge for me. And I was seeing great results with it. But like I said, I would with my training, I've constantly evolved it since 2017. But it's just this past year, I want to say, I've really been okay with evolving, uh, adding reps and just getting better, rather than that complacency.
Yeah, awesome. But you still haven't answered the question. What was your first session?
First session, yes, you're right. I went around that, didn't I?
Yes, good move.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
worked good
I'll be
in
honest.
politics.
It was back in July. I dabbled in it, and I was like, okay. I did a few burpees, and I seen how difficult they were, and so I didn't touch them again until September. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. And so, and then it's just kind of evolved since then.
So what was the first milestone you hit?
Milestone, let's see, I would have to say all of them came in December, to be honest. Prior to that, I think November, I did my first 1,000 push-ups, and that was all 2 pumps. And I think I did that in about an hour and some change, and so that was my first time.
So was that
high rep.
500 2 pumps?
That was 500 2 pumps.
So did you do
Nice.
500 2 pumps before you did like 500 1 pumps?
I did. Yep. I did
Yeah,
500
that's insane, man.
Straight to it.
Yeah.
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 It sounds like it'd be like toe nerve. One push-up's not enough. Got to do 10 push-ups per burpee, and let's do 1,000 of them.
Yes, and in his most recent video with the plyometric burpee, I just seen up onto the chairs. Did you see that yet?
Yeah.
On a wooden floor.
Guy is, he's a machine. Sorry, Lee.
No, I've only done 500 2 pumps once, and it was probably one of the most brutal experiences that I've ever went through doing burpees, without a doubt. So it's quite, I don't want to say weird, it's just quite strange that 500 2 pumps would be performed before doing 500 1 pumps.
Yeah. And I think what really inspired me to do that was I was kind of following Jibe a lot.
Yep.
And I seen, because he was giving me a lot of support back then, and still is, of course. And
I hate lazy people.
Yes, exactly. I love that. That was great. He said, I hate lazy people. Unfiltered.
Yeah.
That was great.
So you were saying you saw him, he was giving you a lot of support, and then I cut you off.
And I seen like his volume that he was doing, and I said, well, maybe I can do this. Maybe this will be something that I can approach and see how far I get. And it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, awesome. You can see that with the results and the work that you're doing. Just as long as you don't follow Jibe when he starts doing his yoga handstand sessions.
That's
want to
great.
stay clear of that. With special vitamin juice.
Yes. He makes them weekly, nice and fresh.
Nice
Yeah.
and fresh.
Yeah.
Guys, so who are you following at the moment? Not this isn't your top 3 shout out, but
Okay.
who are you who have you been going back to
Yes.
as a reference, a regular reference point you're finding to either motivate or inspire you or give you ideas for your particular sessions that you're doing, and especially those 22 counts and stuff that I've seen you doing in your lunch breaks and that too.
Yes. You know, a lot of it is inspired by Iron Wolf's workout, because I
Yeah.
still watch a lot of his stuff. And I like a lot of his routines. That was the first time I seen the 22 count was recently. And so I've just been really on that, you know. I find something and I just beat it into the ground, you know, like I keep doing it and doing it. Like these commando burpees.
Yeah, I saw those
Yes.
too. I was going to ask you about those, the Moses Cuevas.
Those are really awesome, and I highly recommend them. They are tough. And so, and it's funny because I used to be okay with this comfort zone, you know, this kind of maintenance schedule. And more, I want to try these new things. Really struggle through these workouts, and the more of the struggle it is, the more into it I am. It's kind of crazy. My mindset must have switched.
Nice.
Yeah.
You must fantasize about burpees too, then, right? So you
I
must
do.
fantasize about what you're gonna do for your next session the next day.
Totally. I see Burpee Zikram doing like an hour of Navy SEALs and getting 500 done in that time. I'm like, I could do that. I don't even get close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be there. That is insane.
It is insane. I know how you feel. That is insane. That guy's just on a completely another. He's on his own level.
He really is. Like I haven't seen anybody just like do 30 days of 500 Navy SEALs in under an hour, just about.
Yeah.
He never releases any routines though. Like like it reminds me. You know how years ago, like Michael Jackson used to release an album once every 5 years.
Yeah,
Like, it's like a Burpee Zikram routine.
yeah, that's very true. Yeah, it's just boom.
Yeah, boom,
500
then
Navy
disappears.
And then then he comes back with something worse.
Yeah, I
but
know.
not Michael Jackson. Not that his stuff was worse. It was always good.
Sure.
It was always good. It was always better.
I got what you're saying.
I was waiting for Lee to jump in on that one actually, and then I'm glad I needed to get in there quick. Salute Michael Jackson.
You're right.
The king of pop.
Oh, that's Lee was going to let you have it.
He was. He still will, you know. And
He's right.
His name is Luke, by the way, as well. For
Luke.
everybody listening.
Oh yes, that's right.
Luke, co-founder Luke Hazard.
That's right.
I noticed somebody claimed I was Welsh.
Yeah.
I just read that and I was like, what the heck? What?
I was going to bring that up. I am 326. Salute, brother. Great call. Yes. My Welsh co-founding partner, Luke Hazard. Yeah.
Yes.
Have you been accused of being New Zealander, having a New Zealand accent, Chris?
No.
Oh, why not? That's strange.
Yeah.
But no doubt Joe's been accused of having an Australian accent.
I have, and I've actually been shunned by my family too whilst I was living over there. They're like, nah, you're not a Kiwi anymore.
No. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. So with your, who are your shout outs? Who would be your top 3 or 3 people that you want to make mention of here? I've stolen Lee's question because he was too slow.
Yeah. I would definitely my top 3, and I know Rob said people who've been on the podcast. He really didn't want to mention them, although he really enjoys following them.
Yeah,
and they're his favorite. But I would have to say Jibe. Astra, of course, you know, the
Yeah.
Dutch destroyer. I mean, he has been a big source of inspiration for me and really motivates me to continue pushing and my limit, really.
Mm.
So, and he's always been just a great support. And Rob Simpson, Rob Simpson, what a nice guy. I mean, just a great
He
guy
is.
all around. And, he has a true care for everybody in the community, and and his sandbag workouts, like
Yeah,
that,
yeah. Saturday sessions, eh?
yes, those are insane. I mean, and then when he's doing the squats with him, have you
Yep.
with the sandbag? And I just wonder how heavy that is.
He's had, I think he's gone up. I know he had a 60 kilo one, and or maybe he's gone up to 60 kilos, but I know it's been hovering around 60 and upwards kilos. But
Wow.
yeah,
Maybe 80 kilograms. This one. Yeah,
yeah,
possibly.
yeah,
Wow.
up to 80. Yeah,
Jeez. Just a little bit below his body weight,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Jeez.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Really awesome guy though. And
Yeah.
barefoot burpees. Really amazing guy. He's got a lot of really good ideas as far as like
He needs
training
more
and training
followers.
ideas. Yeah, he really
Yeah.
does. Like he deserves it big time.
Yeah.
And I know you said 3, but I do have.
Hang on. Wait, before you go on to the next one. Yes, you can mention more. You just cannot mention Lee. All right.
Cannot mention Lee. Okay.
Okay, good.
There we go. Okay. let's Sam from Fitness Throstle.
Oh,
I
yes,
really enjoyed.
Sam.
Yes, I
Yeah,
really
yeah.
enjoyed watching his stuff, and really awesome guy, and always supportive. So
Yeah.
really enjoy watching Sam's stuff. 2 other guys. Sorry, guys. Still in the game.
Still
I've
in the
recently-
game. Lee's mate.
Yes.
He's prepared. He's prepared this, Joe. He's reading from paper. This
Yeah.
is like an Oscar.
It's-
This is like an Oscar acceptance speech here.
Yeah. I know,
But
like
I'm glad. See, people are preparing before they come on. That's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No hitches when he got on. Actually, probably disclaimer here, eh? I sent the wrong invites to both Luke and Chris. I sent them audience invites instead of guest ones, so they couldn't even get on. So I had to be reminded of that this morning. So it's great that you've been preparing. Sorry, Chris, carry on.
Yes.
What else we got to?
And then one other, so still in the game, of course.
Still in the game. Yeah.
He's really, I mean, his fitness level is insane. You know, like he's an older guy. You know.
Yeah,
His-
he is an older. He's
it
a
sounds like
pensioner.
He's an old geezer, you reckon?
but he looks.
So what
really
you're
good.
saying is he's an old
He'll
geezer.
hate that.
No.
You know how, because he's a very young looking old guy. You can
He's
tell he's like
Like, and he's
He is
just
very
pushing
good
out
and
volume.
young.
Yeah. And excessive. Have you seen
Excessive.
his channel? Yeah.
I have
No.
after the Jibe Gastra podcast and where Lee mentioned. So I've
Right.
seen it
Yes.
since then.
Yes.
He's here in New Zealand. Did you know that?
That's what I heard. Like, that's really all. You guys got to do a collab.
Yeah. And I think he's in the Auckland area.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Yeah. He's always doing his burpees on a beautiful dam up there.
Ah.
I wonder
Yeah,
what
but I need to spend a bit more time there. Sorry, Lee. Lee he always, when he has that big smile on his face, he's thinking something. And hopefully we've talked long enough just then that he's forgotten it, but I doubt it looking at him right now. So go
No,
on, Lee,
I was
spit
just
it out.
laughing that every time you say Jimmy Gastra's name, you like put on a Dutch accent.
Jibe Gastra.
yeah.
Say his-
I was like, yes, I
Say
had
his
to.
name properly.
Yeah,
Say his
had to.
name properly.
Gastra-ish.
Yeah. Oscar. Yes. And
You
then
can
I
get-
remember.
Sorry, you remember?
Oh, I remember him when he had the whole name situation, and he was thinking about renaming
Yeah.
himself. And he goes, "I think I may just change my name."
Yeah. Because there was I remember seeing a few earlier videos where he was coming in and part of his intro was he had been getting some requests about how to say his name. So, my name
Yes.
Jibe Gastra. And I was like, what? I still didn't get it.
He would say it so fast.
Yeah.
Oh
What
yeah.
an awesome dude. So,
Yes,
sorry, hang on. You said fitness throttle still in the game, and the other one that you had, excessive.
Mhm.
Kiwi guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excessive.
Yeah. And
Right.
he's pretty fresh in the game. It seems like it.
Okay.
From what he said on his videos, but he's like on day 50 plus now of straight burpees, and so
Oh, wow.
doing burpees king, attempting to answer burpees king's question of can you do burpees every day?
Yeah.
And so he's doing it. Yeah, it's really cool.
Tell me I can't do burpees every day.
All right, so
Yeah.
Chris, what inspired you to actually start a YouTube channel like showcasing your workouts?
Absolutely. You know, I really wanted to kind of see my progress, I suppose, and just kind of put it out there. I felt like, doing these workouts, a lot of times I'm just by myself in my own head and working out, which is a lovely place to be. But I realized that with um, putting it out there on video, it can help others. And I really love that service to others.
Awesome. That's a great point. It's you can tell that obviously through your work, which sort of, I guess,
Yeah.
segues nicely for my next question. What inspired you to become an anesthesiologist technician?
Yes. So, wow, it's been quite the journey to this um, field. I straight out of high school, I started working as an EMT, and that was because I took my EMT course, which was about halfway through my senior year in high school. And so, you know how you just start slowing down. You have half days and stuff like that when you're a senior for the end of the year is what they do. And so I started taking my course. I wanted to be a firefighter initially, and that
Right.
was one of the and that was one of the things you had to do was have your EMT. Paramedic would help you, and then I just fell in love with medicine, and it's just been that way ever since. And so let's see, June of 2021, I quit working on the ambulance as a paramedic, and that would be 17 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 17 years. And so doing 911, just, I feel like it was time to kind of hang up the hat on that, in a sense. But it was kind of, they increased the availability requirement for the per diems, and so I had to kind of either quit one of my hospital jobs or quit there. And
Yeah.
I realized that it was more important for me to keep my hospital jobs, and so I don't know if I'm out of it completely forever now,
Yeah.
or if it's just another break or something of that sense. But it's been a great career, and
Man, it sounds like it.
yeah, I've worked in man, about 9 different counties, served nine different communities, I suppose, and
Yeah.
all over Northern California.
Yeah. Are
The
you a
last
native
place
Californian?
I'm a Californian. Yeah.
Have you always stayed in Sacramento?
No, so originally born and raised in San Jose,
Right.
San
California.
Jose.
Yeah, and then it's 2017. The prices for rent and things were going up in the Bay Area, and just had a great opportunity to come out here to Sacramento. And the weather's not as nice, but everything my family and I love to do, hiking, fishing, which is what we do pretty
Mm.
much every weekend.
Wow.
Yesterday we were hiking, but it's like a stone's throw away out here.
Yeah.
So it's been great. And we've been able to buy a house, and because the cost of living's lower, not anymore, but
Awesome.
it's gone up quite a bit in the last few
Yeah,
years.
Yeah, I think that everybody's experiencing the cost of living recently.
Yes, it's crazy. It's going rising, you know.
When does it
Wow.
end?
Yeah. I know. Is there going to be a cap? You would hope so.
That's awesome, Chris. Like with your service to others and what you're doing, and how you fell in love with medicine, to use your terms and stuff there, or your term there. Your and so your wife, did you meet her? Was she working in a similar field prior to having your guys' son, and then being being able to be full time with the children? Is that
So originally, my wife and I met. She was a clerk in the ER when I was
right?
in ER tech. I was in ER tech back in 2010, and she quit working in the ER and was working. Started working with kids, and it was funny. We never really flirted or anything like that, but we one New Year's Eve we found each other in a sense, and we had
Did
that.
you stumble into each other one New Year's Eve? You mean, or you?
Yes, and yeah, I know, right?
No,
Right.
no. Go carry on.
And we just had that night where we just stayed up talking just all night until the sun came, and realized we had so much in common. And
It's like a movie.
really,
I
yeah,
know. So
we've been
deep.
us like we've been together ever since. It's funny, every single day.
How long?
Yeah.
How long have you been together for?
So let's see, 7 years together, 3 years married, so 10,
Nice.
10 years
Awesome.
total. Yeah,
Congratulations, man.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And is your wife supportive of your burpee practitioner
Um,
hobby?
I'll tell you what, when I first started my fitness, she thought I was a little excessive with it, or obsessive. And she would kind of like, do you really need to work out that much? And my response to that was, well, I really do believe I need to work out that much because you love me being here and you want me to be alive. And I know that my family, everybody's like died before 67,
Wow.
So,
Oof.
Wow.
That's the-
yeah. And so I kind of laid it on.
pulling out all the big guns there.
Right.
She would have been thinking, I wish I never said a damn thing.
Right.
Okay.
And so like she's been like super supportive of it since she's okay, yeah, it's okay. You need to work out, you go ahead.
Yeah. I would be. You want me to hold the camera? How can I?
Right.
Should I get the
Exactly.
light? I can put the.
Yeah. Like I remember Lee saying on the last podcast for Sam, we're doing the mile of burpees. And like, hold the camera.
Hold the camera. Yeah, I reckon. Who's
Right.
gonna? Yeah, that's.
Right. So
Okay.
when you made that transition into the more Iron Wolf style burpee training, what benefits did you notice? Like, what changes did you notice from what you'd experienced prior to that with your like calisthenics routines? Did you notice like your
Totally.
fitness increasing and like your physique improving? Or
Big time. Yeah, my physique and my physical endurance was just, skyrocketed when I first started doing burpees. And so it's, I think with the results, it's been a lot easier to endure the discomfort. And and what's great about burpees is you never get to a point where they're too easy. Right? It's just like they're always going to be difficult no matter what session you're doing.
Yeah.
And so I like to, do these big sessions and instead of just jump roping all the time on my lunch, it's been really awesome kind of incorporating both or one thing I did notice is my cardio when I was jump roping every single day was really, really good. But now that I'm doing like more burpees, I'm a lot stronger physically, but I feel like my cardio is suffering just a tad, as opposed to the jump rope every day.
Yeah. Do you know, it's an interesting point you raise where you say that you feel that burpees are an exercise which never feel like they're getting any easier, or they never get too easy. And that leads me into my next question, which kind of take me on to a bigger point. Do you train with anyone? Have you got a training partner, or do you ever work out alongside anyone?
I do not. I do train with people at work, but I don't. I've never trained with anybody. I did do cross country in high school, and so as far as like training partners, that was probably the closest I had was
Yeah.
I did for that. But it's
Yeah.
pretty much been.
Is that because you don't like anybody else and you don't want to train with them, or?
No, I would love to. As a matter of fact, I welcome everybody over. I say, hey, come on over. I have a coworker that I work with. He's worked out with me maybe twice at my house, and he'd never returned.
Do you remember the second session, or what the two sessions were roughly?
Yes.
And did he tell you why he never returned?
It was a leg day. It was like a lot of explosive, just like, legs. And he was like, "Yeah, I've never done that much volume on legs." Like,
Crack up.
I would always, me personally, I would always recommend that you train alongside someone at some point, particularly with burpees, because it is quite a enlightening experience in many ways. I mean, like, to go back to the point you made where burpees never become easier, I agree with that to a point, because they don't become easier when you're working out alone, because you scale accordingly, and you're always trying to like just add a wee bit more intensity in. But I think that when you do train alongside people who are not of the same fitness level of you, or are just starting out in the burpee journey, that's when you get that instant reference point on your own progress. I mean, Joe will probably be able to like sort of understand this point, because he trains, or he forces his children to do burpees, like he does make them go to work in the fields. But you'll know yourself, Joe, when you're working out with the kids, they're obviously not got the same intensity as you when you're doing them alone. So when you start doing burpees with them, you realise that it is actually really easy. Like, you could rack out 100 with your kids, and you wouldn't even break a sweat, because you would have to go at their pace, as opposed to the pace that you establish.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've never really get that point unless you're doing times where you're like trying to get like 300 burpees under 30 minutes or whatever, these tests that you do periodically. But you never get that reference point where you feel, right, I can really feel the difference with these burpees. I know that I can go in and knock out 200 burpees without breaking a sweat, because you would try to do 200 burpees, but you would try to do it in like 5 minutes.
Right. Yes.
Whereas you would do it with someone who's just starting out, and they would take 20 minutes, and you would do it, and it would feel like you've just woke up in the morning. There's no really any pressure. So I would always recommend that you not find like a guy that you've got to train with all the time, but just finding someone who's starting out in the burpee journey, not collaborating with them on social media, but somebody beside you, because it is a completely enlightening experience. Because it's not like doing the weights where you're just like, you do a set, I'll do a set. You're working in harmony almost.
Definitely.
Just do what Busy Dad does. He'll go to weddings. He'll be out in the public. He'll just be at a park. He'll come up to strangers and go, "Hey, would you like to come and join me for some Navy SEALs?" And you just go up and do that and get yourself a training partner. But what I would recommend, what I might do strategically if I went out there and did this first and tried to follow Busy Dad, I would try to identify the person who looks like they need it the most. So then that way I won't break a sweat or as much of a sweat. So it should hopefully be a lot easier. That's what I would look to try to do. Jimmy Gaster, he would just look around and go, "No, they're too lazy. I'm not going to them." He would be the opposite. He would go look for an Iron Wolf and go, hey, would you like to come and train me?
That's right.
They'd be like, get out of here.
Right.
So
Oh, man,
you can
that's
get your
funny.
training partner that way. Otherwise,
Yeah.
just force your kids. Just force your kids.
It's for your kids. I love it.
Yeah. Busy
Yeah.
Dad's like the equivalent of, you know, you got those guys that stand in like a town centre, like preaching about Christianity or something like that.
Yeah,
But he's preaching about burpees.
that's right. Did you see when he scared the kid
Yeah.
with the
He's
Navy
actually
SEALs?
scaring kids with Navy SEAls now. Like some guy was doing Navy SEAls and his kid had to actually come in and save him.
Yes, I see that. Oh, that's funny.
Imagine what Max's daughter is going to be put through. You think I'm bad with forcing my children. Max's daughter's got no chance. She's like in there.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Poor Max. We love you,
Shout
Max. You're a
out,
great guy.
yeah. Shout out to Max. No, he's an incredible man, and with
That's right.
community as well. So, I wanted to ask: have you ever yet prescribed burpees as a remedy for some of your patients that come into your services?
Yeah, I'll
And
tell
if
you
you
what.
have not, and if you haven't, why not?
You know, so I tell you, I prescribe it to everybody I meet. If you ask,
Good.
if you ask anybody, I go to work at one job, and within about 5 minutes, I'm talking about burpees, and they go, "Wow, it only took 5 minutes today." Oh, yeah, so always chatting about burpees.
It's good
Yeah.
planting those seeds. Just plant the seeds
Yeah, you're right.
everywhere.
You should do it
yeah.
because, like, for every 10 people you tell, there's going to be one who's going to be receptive.
Yeah,
Not everybody's like, most people don't care. That's just the way it is with
Yeah.
everything in life. But you'll always find that one guy. I mean, take it from me. I work in a gym, so I've got the perfect like
platform.
environment to talk about this.
Yes.
But 90% of people, they're not interested. You'll see them like listen and they'll just glaze over. You know, like I
What's
look like
to know?
like a look that Joe will be familiar with. He just sort of glaze over. Like, is he still talking?
Oh, man.
It's the exact same look my children give when I'm lecturing them.
Yeah.
I know. That
they don't get the
1,000-yard
time right.
stare.
That's funny.
Yeah, you know what people would see if I imagine yourself, Chris, same as Lee, when they see you guys walking around, people are sort of like, oh no, he's coming. And
Yeah.
they sort of look down and they try to break eye contact and go look at somewhere else, or if they have their phone close by, they're thinking, crap, where's my phone? So I could be like, oh, sorry, just on the.
You know,
there.
But you know what? Like, Chris is performing a noble cause, two noble causes.
Yeah.
One, he's putting people in a place of comfort before they get their testicles operated on.
Yeah.
Two, he's two, he's. I don't know why I said that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's like the natural first thing you'd say. Eh?
Yeah. Well, I've got a PT client who like performs surgery and he does renal surgery. Yeah, and we do sessions and he tells you about like how he operates in a fucking rugby player that's crushed his testicle or something. And I'm just sitting there like that, just that way you're just kind of squeezing your legs together. You're going, I cannot fucking believe this, man.
You feel it in your stomach.
Yeah, but like to go back to what I was saying, sorry, I'm going on a tangent there. But he's also like, it's not like he's telling people about burpees because he wants to boast about how many burpees he can do. He's spreading the love.
That's right.
That's what we're doing. We're spreading the love because we're trying to provide people with the stimulus to take their fitness to the next level. No performing the like bullshit cookie cutter routines with no intensity and being in the comfort zone, as Chris has already alluded to, but taking that next step, finding the platform and just fucking flying into the stratosphere.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. And I'll give you a little story. Last week I went to work at my other job, and one of the guys I've been trying to tell to work out, like trying to get him into burpees. You have to, he's a young guy, and he's always like, I need to get this weight set, this rack. I can't start until I have that, and I'm just like, you don't need it, you don't. And come back last week and he was called out sick. And I go, hey, where is he? You know, and he's like, well, let me tell you. He was cleaning a room. He turned around, he pivoted, and he sprained his knee. Just turning around. I was like, and I said, I told him he needs to start working out. Everybody just starts laughing, you know, but it's true. We really have to move this body.
Yeah. That's a great point you mentioned, because it ties in with Rob Simpson's comments about, you know, he could lift all these heavy things, but he could hardly blink and walk or move or get out of bed with all the stuff that he was doing. And I look at him now from when I saw him a few months back when he was starting. Man, he is moving so well. And he's got his son out there. It's great.
Yeah,
He's forcing his son out there too, which is brilliant. The mini monster.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, do you know what? It's very interesting that you've brought that up, Joe, because do you know the strength coach, Jim Wendler? The guy that
I've
created
heard it.
531. Yeah, well, he's just released a podcast and he's actually started doing burpees now. So this is a guy, this is a guy that's like created one of the world's most popular strength training programs aimed at like weightlifters. He's changed his training direction and he's putting his training up and he's talking about he's doing like 200 2-pump burpees and what have you. But he coaches an American football team. And he has his high school athletes doing burpees, and he says that it's been the best hip mobility drill that he's ever used for his athletes at any point. He says the improvements they've seen in squatting depth, squat mobility has been tenfold. And that was something that really stood out to me. So it kind of ties in with the point you're making with regards to movement.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Definitely, like that's a good point right there. You know, like Herschel Walker. Have you guys heard of him?
Yeah.
Yes. So all he did was calisthenics and burpees and just high rep stuff. His whole career didn't really touch weights, and he was one of the greats.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Didn't really touch weights, even as a heavyweight.
Yeah. There's definitely like a lot to be said for like daily calisthenics, not just burpees, but push-ups, squats, star jumps. Performing these on a daily basis, the effects are definitely profound.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel the best I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, by far.
Brilliant.
Yeah. And I started I got introduced into burpees when I was 13 actually, because I was kind of a knucklehead, and
it's all right, Lee. It's all right. Luke's still a knucklehead.
Yeah,
he still looks like a knucklehead with that hairline.
Yeah, right. Is it?
It's like the coach for Beavis and Butthead.
Did you get a haircut as well, especially for our podcast? Can I just ask?
Yes. So I cut it myself. To be honest,
Did you?
This is my own
Good
word.
job.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful fade, Chris.
Thank you. I
Good job.
appreciate that. Yeah, thank you, Lee. Thank you, guys. Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yeah. It was funny because Simon Tregeser, sorry.
Another awesome guy, salute. Yeah.
Yes, very. He commented on one of my workouts. He goes, "Man, nice fade and clean hairline, all lined up." I said, "Man, that's a huge compliment." Because I do it myself. Yeah, it took a while. I had a lot of bad haircuts, I'll be honest.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I think that's more Joe's domain.
It's a sensitive topic. Don't speak about it too much around Luke.
Well, do you know, like, here's a funny story, but I was collecting my daughter from nursery and she got into an argument with a little boy at the door, and it turned out
Is this
little boy
Ola?
it was Ola, and it turned out that the little boy was saying to her, "That's your granddad." And Ola's like, "No, that's my dad. That's my dad."
Good on her. Good for her.
I know, I felt really proud actually, but at the same time I was really pissed off because he did it in front of a few people. So know that way you need to play it down. You're like, yeah, it's the beard. It's the beard.
But really inside, you're grabbing them and you're like, boom,
Yeah.
knee here.
I knew when I went and I was going to tell my wife, Michaela, I knew she's going to love this.
Yeah. But that's a great beard. That is impressive.
It is, eh?
Thank you very much.
Impressive piece of kit there, Lee.
Yeah. I don't think I can grow a beard like that.
No, you can. You can. You just need patience.
You think? Oh man.
You just need. He says patience. You just need what's called laziness, and then
Patience and manliness.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Joe. Joe's been growing his longer than mine, and it's not even past his chin yet.
It's true. It's true.
That is too funny. That is funny.
Sorry, Joe.
Man, yeah, that's all right. That's all right. I'll just edit you out on this podcast. All right, Chris. So, what's on the cards for you? What's the plan or progression with how do you see your progression unfolding for the next 3 months, or do you have a structure to how you're doing your programming, or is it just how you feel on the day, or is it just what you dream about the night before? And then you get up, I'm going to do that.
And it's funny. It comes from watching other people and what they're doing, and I like to keep my workouts interesting, I guess, and I like to keep them with a lot of volume, and I think my goals going forward here are to just keep progressing and really see where this goes. I feel like I'm really, really new in it, the burpee game, and I would just love to start adding more like 500 Navy SEALs and these very long workouts. I'm really into it. The longer sessions. I find myself struggling a lot more with those time sessions where you're going really fast for time. Like the first time I was last week, I hit 101 pumps in 10 seconds.
Nice.
That was at the beginning of my workout, and then I went ahead and did another PR for 400, and I completed that in about 32:23. And so
excellent.
And that I was moving, and I'll be honest, I felt a little sick after the session, so I guess I need to improve on the time sessions for sure.
Yeah. Nice. So that's good to hear. And we haven't asked these questions yet. I'm going to jump in now, but I've got a couple other questions too. Favorite junk food? What's your favorite cheat meal?
Okay. So
no, these are rapid fire. So you can't. I should have mentioned that at the start. So you got to come in quick. Favorite. So I should have explained it properly. Rapid fire. Favorite cheat meal, junk food.
I would have to say a double hamburger for sure with some sweet potato fries.
Fuck, is that a cheat meal? That's not a healthy meal.
That's a healthy meal. You're right. That's
rapid fire is never rapid anyway.
Yes, some grass-fed beef and spinach. Yeah, that's my favorite.
With a salad on the side.
With some vitamin water.
Right.
A protein pancake for dessert. That's what I would like to eat as my last meal before I went on death row.
Right.
Before the session.
And my other junk food, one of my weaknesses, I don't keep in my house at all for this reason. Cheez-Its.
What is it?
The little Cheez-Its, they're little cheese crackers.
Cheese crackers.
Yeah. They're like extra toasty things.
But are they like Empire biscuit?
Empire biscuit.
No, Empire biscuits have to get cheese in them, Joe.
Cheese in them.
What are they got? What are they filled with?
They're not filled with anything. They're just more of like a
chemicals.
Yummy yummy, delicious tasting chemicals. That's what they're filled with.
That's exactly
that's why you like them. Yeah.
Very true.
All right. Chocolate or ice cream?
Ice cream.
Okay. Ice cream or a double hamburger with whatever the sweet potato thing you said?
Double hamburger with the sweet potato.
Double hamburger.
and throw some bacon on it.
Yeah, that does sound like a meal that I would eat after I've like trying to justify and try to eat something healthier because I've been eating too many lollies and chocolates. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll eat a double hamburger with sweet potatoes. There you go. Oh, I feel better now.
Yeah, I feel so good. Funny.
Joe and his ice lollies at night. I think I called you one night, Joe, and you were sitting there eating an ice lolly. Like,
I was.
Yeah.
I've been having them most nights and during the days recently. We've had some really good weather. You wouldn't be able to relate to that, Luke, because you're living in a freezer over there.
How cold is it over there right now, Lee?
It's probably a bit. I mean, in British temperature. No, I don't understand American temperature. I know you like Fahrenheit, but it's like it's just probably about 4 or 5 degrees. But we had snow 2 days ago, with like a really brutal snowstorm. So it's really cold over here, but it's getting better. The nights are starting to get light, so I should be able to start working out in my back garden again, which I'm really looking forward to.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But it won't
Just
be
get
hot.
out
It won't be like, sorry.
No, I was going to say, just get out there like Sam, like Fitness Floss, or in the snow. Just cover yourself in it. Get your shirt off.
Crazy?
I know, but do you know what? It's wet. I just can't be bothered like training, and it's dark at night, and so it's pointless. I need to wait till the sun.
Scary.
I need to wait till the sun comes out, like for the lighting effect on YouTube. You know,
Mate, you're a bloody burpees practitioner. You don't come on here and say it's wet outside. it's dark. I've got to wait for the sun to come. Don't do that again. All right. Anyway, back to Chris. Go.
Oh, that's funny. You know, when I was doing the December challenge, it was one of the workouts. I think it was the long card, and I was supposed to repeat that twice. And I had my shirt off. I didn't realize how cold it was outside. I think it was about 28 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius, but it's pretty cold for us. And I think I got a little hypothermic on that one because I moved so slow, and I didn't feel terrible. You know, I just realized like by the end of it, I was dry. I'm like, yeah, I think maybe just a little hypothermic. Yeah.
And so who so I noticed you, or have you obviously been doing stuff, and obviously Iron Wolves.
Yes.
Reason why I mentioned Burpees came, probably those three usually linked together when people have discovered or come across Burpees. Do you do much of, or seen much, or done much of his stuff?
Yes. So I recently, I've been following Burpees King for quite some time, but I recently started throwing the rocking chair into
your boots. Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't realize how beneficial that was, that movement. I think.
In what ways for you? What sort of benefits have you found from adding in that rocking chair?
It's I feel like the balance, the coordination, and I feel like there's just a bit more of leg and abdominal workout with that.
Yeah, nice. Good to hear. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I was just looking at. He had like a glaze.
No, I didn't. It was because your camera's disappeared.
Your camera went down.
Has it? My camera.
It's back now.
No,
yeah.
Oh,
You're actually even borrowing your own laptop, Joe. Your camera's decided to cut out. Like, it's not just your kids' eyes that glaze over; it's your camera as well, and it just cuts off.
Well, I could see all three just fine on mine. So
Yeah.
I was fixated on it. I was thinking, when's this camera coming back up?
Yeah.
Thanks
We'll
for
have to-
backing me up there, Chris.
Yeah, no problem.
no, don't do that again.
Yeah.
You're just encouraging him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't ask you. You're American, right? So who wins out of? Well, most of these are American. So you got John Wick, The Equalizer, Jack Reacher, or James Bond. I think that's important.
James
Who
Bond.
wins?
James Bond.
Nice. I
Oh,
always like when
look,
people
James
say James
Bond.
Bond.
James
Definitely
Bond.
James Bond.
And why James Bond?
Well, he's just
Scottish.
genius, you know.
He's Scottish.
He's Scottish.
He's Welsh. He's
Well,
Welsh.
Scottish. Sean
Yeah.
Connery was Scottish, Joe. I think using a bit behind the times and using on that lockdown's obviously done things to our head.
Oh, that's funny.
Sorry, Chris. So why James Bond?
You know, I just feel like just like a genius, you know. The guy's a smart guy. He's able to fit into these environments and infiltrate and just feel like he's got that advantage, you know.
Yeah. Plus, we all grew up with James Bond. We didn't grow up with these other guys. These guys are new.
They are pretty very true.
Like, Roger Moore. Come on.
You grew up with The Equalizer, didn't you? You and Teen Stretch.
Yeah.
But we remember the actual real Equalizer, not the Denzel Washington version, like the Edward Woodward version.
Edward Woodward, the purple burglar. We're going off on a tangent. Chris,
Mhm.
are there any additional comments or anything that you want to make mention of? Looking to wrap it up with our
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. No, I just really wanted
words
to
of
get-
encouragement, maybe to people either within the community or without of it. You know,
Absolutely.
just what would be a message or two that you'd like to share?
Absolutely. You know, although these burpees may be tough in the moment, while we're grinding through them, we just got to keep after them because the benefits of these, we all know, mental health. The benefits of exercise happen immediately for mental health. I tell people that all the time. You know, those endorphins are going. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I do my lunchtime workouts, because we can be in a stressful environment, have a lot of bad things happening around us, people suffering, and we have to take care of ourselves. And so I really believe like getting out there and having that midday break is almost therapy for me. And so I feel like the burpees are a form of therapy. It's my body and mind feel so in unison at that moment.
That's a great point. I know why Lee's giggling, because go Lee, go.
No, I was just wanting to say that, and do you know what? That's the point that needs to be driven home. Like, I couldn't agree more. That's something we've spoke about many an occasion, Joe. And like, I'm really glad that Chris brought that up.
A medical
because that-
professional.
Yes. a man who, like Joe, sends people to sleep. Like, raised that point. It's very illuminating. So thanks for that, Chris.
Of course.
100%. Loved this time and spending some time with you, Chris, and to hear your thoughts. Excuse me.
No,
And it's been an absolute privilege for us to have you not only on the podcast, but to see the way that you look to contribute, putting yourself out there. Actually, before I do it, what putting up your channel, your YouTube channel, did you have any other sort of social media like YouTube before?
never. So I'll be honest, I've been kind of anti-social media for a long time in my
Part
life.
of the antisocial social club.
Mhm.
That's Lee's
Yeah.
club too.
I've never had a Facebook, and I still don't have any of these social. and people keep encouraging me to open up more social media. And I guess I just always had like a negative thought about social media with like a lot of, the pollution, I suppose. Like, yeah. And so, but I'm starting to come out of that, and YouTube was a great way to kind of get into social media. Period. Um,
Was that still difficult for you? Was that a challenge for you to start up your channel to speak and then do your exercise and stuff?
oh, very, very still is a struggle. I feel like I could like when I'm on YouTube and I'm recording myself, I feel so awkward sometimes. Like I'm outside and people are wondering why I'm talking to my water bottle because my phone's sitting against it, They're like,
We saw one of the patients in the doctor's uniforms walking around outside talking to his water bottle.
Yeah, they're gonna put me in the green outfits. I guess the green outfits are like when somebody has like a psychological or behavioral issue. They'll put me in
an episode.
The
You know what? Dark green. You should do. I bet you and Lee can't do a burpee session in one of those straight jackets. There you go.
Oh,
try that.
Yeah. On the elbows.
Do you know what? I think you've just named Jib Gastra's new routine.
Very true.
500 straight jacket burpees.
Jibby Gastra.
Oh, I love it.
Actually, I'll settle for just 50 straight jacket burpees.
Yeah, right.
He'll do it, man. He will do it. He will buy a straight jacket unless he's not already got one, which I could probably.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris, carry on. Go.
No, that I think that was
YouTube channel.
YouTube channel. Yeah. So I do find it kind of difficult to talk to the camera sometimes. I'm getting a bit better, I think. A little bit more fluent with it, and not really worried so much about what people around me are thinking. Just going for it, especially like when I'm counting those counts out loud, and you got the helicopter coming over my head, and all this stuff going on. I'm just, going for it. And I see everybody around me, and they're just, what is wrong with this guy? Like, but then they see me soaking wet, and they're like, okay, he's doing something.
Yeah. Something's happening.
Something. Yeah. So.
All right, man. Well, I tell you what, I really enjoyed this time. I know it's been it's always a privilege for Luke to be on the podcast. So it's good to have Luke on as well. But no, it's been an absolute privilege having you on, Chris. Grateful to have you as a valued member within this community. Great effort and work with regards to content that you put out. It's certainly helping and motivating and inspiring many others within this community. Just reading through the comments and stuff that are left on your channel consistently. Keep up the awesome work, my friend. Keep smashing the output that you're putting out there, and and I look forward to seeing you forcing your children, starting with your son, doing some burpees with you. Send them off to work as soon as you can. The sooner the better. So then they start paying some dig money back into mum and dad's pocket. And
I love it.
Luke, I look forward to you doing that as well. But no, always a pleasure having you guys on. Unfortunately, I'm stuck with my co-founder. I've always got to have him on, so I can't really avoid that one. But it's a privilege having you on, Chris. Thank you for making some time for us today, mate, and keep up the awesome work.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. It was I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks very much. You've been a really nice guest. You're a great guy, Chris. It just shines right out you. And that hairline is just, I've not been able to take my eyes off it the whole podcast.
It's envious. He's just
envious. Yeah. When Joe accused me of glazing over, that wasn't glazed, that was love. It was like hairline love.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? I can tell that you're a really kind and really nice person because you kindly laughed at Lee's jokes.
Oh, you guys love it.
Last question before we let you go. You need to finish this sentence. No, actually, it's 3 sentences. And who are the Glasgow Rangers?
They are football team.
What sort of
Take
football?
Like I want to say soccer, but is that okay to say?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, that's allowed.
That
that's
is
allowed.
correct. That is
I mean,
that's correct. Okay. What about?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
That's almost like saying what? Okay, hang on. Let's try this again. Who are the All Blacks?
All Blacks. They are a rugby team.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Not just a rugby team.
Yeah.
They are the greatest rugby team of all time. But
Second
anyway.
best rugby team in the world right now.
Is that right? Second
They're all
best.
yeah. Don't listen to them.
They're not as good as Australia.
Yeah.
And you need to finish the sentence. Chris Crable's favorite podcast is
Move, Sweat, Suffer.
You're too nice, Chris. You're too nice.
No, it really is.
Now we know you are a genuinely nice guy because
Oh.
you make us feel so good. I feel like a double hamburger and sweet potatoes now.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
sweet
much for your
potatoes,
time,
you know,
Chris.
but
Yeah,
thank you. Oh yeah, the sweet potato is more nutritious, right?
yeah, that's right. That much healthier.
That's right.
Have an
Thank you,
awesome day,
guys.
my friend. Luke,
You
you have
guys.
a great evening. Chris,
You
you have
too,
an
mate.
awesome day with me. And thank you so much once again, gentlemen. It's always a pleasure spending some time and space with you.
Thank you. It's been my honor.
It's been Lee's honor too. Yeah.
You guys have a great day.